Have you heard people say that you are an insignificant speck of dust in a wild universe, in vast universe, and you amount to nothing? You really, there's nothing great in you. You're just so small. Have you heard this idea? Well, I'm here to counter this idea and show you a different perspective that is more aligned with who you truly are, with your higher self, with the truths of the universe. So, this perspective that we are so small and the universe is so big is rooted in separation consciousness. There are two main types of consciousness, the separation consciousness and the unity consciousness. So when you think you're separate and everything is so distant from you, you don't feel good because this perspective, the higher self doesn't think that way. So we enter harmony when our physical minds and the higher minds are resonating with each other. So you want to step out of this separation consciousness and embrace the unity. The way I see is the truth of the universe, right? So there are several traditions who point this way, like Bashar, an extraterrestrial entity channeled by Daryl Wank in the United States. He says that there are 5 universal laws, and within those 5 there's the third universal law, which is as the one is the all and the all is the one. And likewise, the Hermetic traditions, the Hermeticists, they state the law of correspondence, in which they say in different words, the same thing in different words, like as above, so below, and as below, so above. So why do these two teachings match so beautifully with each other? Well, it's maybe, I don't know the truth, guys. Don't take my word for it. You gotta feel, Try this out. Think about you are one with the trees, with the sky, with the clouds. Check how you feel when you suggest to your brain to feel one with everything. I bet you feel really damn good. So when you feel that everything is separate and you are a small grain of sand, you are insignificant, how do you feel? You feel small, you feel constricted, you feel like you're worth nothing. Right, guys? So try to see how these things make you feel, because what makes you feel is your truth. That's why I adopted this truth. Once I heard that from the Hermetics, it opened my mind. And the next thing I wanted to tell you guys is that my personal experience with these things. A while ago, like over a year ago, I would have all sorts of intrusive thoughts when I went out of my house into the streets at night and late afternoon, and something triggered there in me, guys, and I had thoughts that I thought came from somewhere else. They weren't my thoughts, right? And these thoughts were malevolent beings, which were suggesting nasty things because they saw an imbalance in my aura, like a hole in my aura, something like that, and they were poking at the wounds. They were saying, change your values so we will leave you. Unless you change your perspective over the nature of reality, we will keep bothering you. It's like that. They are my friends, really. After the turmoil, after the struggle that I had with these beings, now I see that they were friends because they were pushing me to the next level. They were poking at the wounds. They're saying, well, man, you gotta heal these things, these unresolved issues, these distorted perspectives. Of course, they don't have this intention to make us awaken to new perspectives. They're just doing that because that's what they know how to do, to harass people and, just bother people because they feed on fear, right, guys? So once they notice in my field a huge amount of fear, they were hovering around me to suck that fear from me, to feed on that fear. You see, guys? So the best shield, the best defense that you have against these beings is to adopt more empowered perspectives and change the way you see the reality. It's like changing a lens, contact lens, changing your glasses, right? Not until you change your perspectives, these beings won't let you rest So one of these perspectives is that we are one with everything, and everything is us. God is everything, and what seems to be separate things are different expressions of the one. The one is infinite, limitless. You can't conceive the dimension of that. It's something that goes beyond the human mentality, beyond what we can imagine. But we can feel it. And these incarnations, everything we see in our reality, is just God pretending to be things. You see? So even the smallest blade of grass is God. Anything you can conceive is God. Everything you can imagine is God. So once you change your whole mindset, you start seeing God in everywhere, in a porch, in the woods, in the dogs, everything. That's when you go to the next level, and these beings don't harass you anymore because you're not feeling fear. One of the things that caught me a lower frequency was because I thought the world was chaotic and evil. So this was a definition. The world is whatever you call it. The world can be positive, negative, or neutral. So you choose the perspective you're going to have of the world. Things are not set in stone. Right, guys? There are myriad of ways of looking at things. So the highest possible vibration that you can embody is when you see everything as you. Once that sinks in your being, once that you internalize that, once it crystallizes in you, this perspective, you're going to see all sorts of signs and synchronicities around you proving that your perspective is accurate. There are just one way of looking at it, but there are beliefs which are grounded in reality, and there are other beliefs that are fake, there are untruths. What do you choose to buy into? If you choose the negative beliefs, you're going to feel miserable, and life will trip you up, and all sorts of mishaps will happen, and you will be driven to choose another mentality. So that's the way it works. Unless you change and you embrace oneness, life will keep you sending you problems and struggles, and because the negative beliefs, they want to reinforce themselves. So they do all they can to appear as real to you, even though they are just fake, they are not grounded in reality. So the oneness is one of the empowered perspectives that I'm developing, a method in which one of the aspects of this method is empowered perspective. So oneness is one of the greatest empowered perspectives there is. So there are other perspectives that are vital too, but this one is major. I can guarantee you that when you shift, and when you feel in your heart that oneness is the truth, it will save you from all sorts of negativity and suffering. It's one thing to know it intellectually, and another thing to know it emotionally. So allow yourself to have different experiences. Go out in nature, commune with nature, because that is the fastest way to really internalize this whole thing of oneness. Another thing that this distorted perspective of segregation or separateness is that it made me feel isolated from others. It made me feel smaller than others. So that's when the malevolent spirits come closer and swarm around you and catapults you into a lower state. And because we think we are less than our friends, less than other famous people, we start comparing ourselves to everyone, ignoring the fact that we all have different life paths, and it's okay, it's all right. It's okay to be you and not be like anyone else. We tend to blend with other people, and we tend to want to be like other people, but we are made to be unique and really special, and everything is special. When you think only you are special, you're following into a kind of narcissistic pattern and into a egoic, negative ego-like pattern. But when you see that you are special, you are loved just as much as everyone else, that's when you have an empowered perspective that is aligned with the truths of the universe. So I guess that was it. I talked a lot in this video. If you want more video like this, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell link so that you are notified for further videos. If you want to contact me for one-on-one sessions, check the link on the description to my Instagram page called Calm Beyond Average. Alright guys, so be bold, be happy, be free.